All right, guys, super stoked. Got a repeat guest on the program. Jeanette, you may know her as Ms.FitVegan on Instagram, and she's up to some new stuff that looks pretty cool. And so I wanted to have her on and chat a little bit about that. So she just joined in, and through the magic of the internets, we'll be bringing her on here. Okay. All right, we already got 10 people on the live. Where's everybody joining in from?
Hey,
Hey, you made it.
what's up, boo? The magic of the internets.
Yeah, and even more magical when it's actually working, because I don't know, these days feel like sometimes it's a crapshoot to get these actually working. So, how you been?
I am good. Thank you so much, Ben, for having me and for doing this last minute. You're amazing. Thank you for doing this.
Oh yeah, it's always good. It's long overdue. Like we should be doing these more often. I need to do more of them, so I'm glad we could connect today. So yeah, what I want to do today is just really quick reintroduce you for maybe the folks who haven't met you before, and then a little bit about what you got going on.
Yeah. I wore your signature color today. I wore your color.
Oh, okay.
That's you. You're the blue guy, right?
Yeah, well, I use blue graphics, but then I wear purple shirts. I don't know. I never worked with a branding guy. Maybe I'm doing
Yeah, not very on brand, Dr. Ben. I thought we were doing the blue thing. Okay.
Okay. I did have one shirt that was like that blue color, but it got torn. So, but.
Yes, 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 sir. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to you because we have the same views on health and life and taking our power back into our own hands, and like just realizing how much power we have as humans. We have the power to take our health into our own hands, despite what they say on the news. So I like talking to you.
Yeah, and our bodies have a lot more power to heal and be healthy than most people give it credit for or know. And we want to get that message out there because we've experienced that firsthand. So, so with that, I would love to know just like a little bit about, like, because you've healed, I've healed from several chronic disease conditions, so have you. So I'd love to have you just like talk a little bit about that and then this new program that you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So yes, I am doing, for the first time in my life, I'm doing a group coaching program. It is going to be an intensive 6 weeks with me, Jeanette, Ms.FitVegan, and my partner, Matt, my business partner, Raw Intuition. So we have both, I partnered with him because we have both been raw vegan for 11 years. We've both made a lot of mistakes. We both have a lot of experience, and we're very different. We do things differently, so I like partnering with somebody like that. Okay, Ben has left the interview, so no.
I realized I left my work fridge open, and I closed it, so I'm back.
Okay, well that's that. All right, that's a good excuse. I was like, damn, it got boring already. We just started. Okay, no. So yeah, we're starting October 30th, and it's gonna be 6 weeks of intensive training on how to take care of this body that we have been given, but we've never been given a user manual for. And me and Ben had to learn the hard way, get sick, go to doctors, people telling us, lies and people telling us what to do. I mean, just earlier this year, I got sick and I called Dr. Ben because I was like, I didn't know what to do. I'm eating the healthiest diet on earth, but I had some serious stomach pain. And guess what, guys? It turns out it wasn't my diet at all. Ben had it. He had it nailed. He said it's not your diet. And it wasn't my diet. But guess what? I went to functional medicine doctors and they told me I'm eating too many vegetables. That's why I have stomach pain. They told me I need to eat fish and eggs. Guys, they're gonna tell you all types of nonsense, and they have degrees, and you're gonna listen to them because they have a degree. But guess what? I healed, and it was not at all my diet. Not at all. It was emotional, okay? It was not at all my diet.
You didn't talk about this. I was asking how did all that go, and I've never heard from you. So this is good news.
I told you. No, we've talked. I told you. I thought.
No?
Yeah, no, so I had guys, just so you know, I had the worst stomach pain of my life. I could not eat. Every time I ate like just an orange or grapes, I had the worst severe pain. And I've been, raw for 11 years. And so I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? So I was doing all these consultations. I was getting all these sonic x-rays. Well, turns out I had anger issues. I never get angry, Ben. I never get angry ever. And well, guess what? That's not healthy. Okay. To just like stuff down your emotions. And, you can't overeat on any diet, even the raw food diet. You can eat a very unhealthy raw food diet. Eating too much food is too much, and eating too fast, and not taking care of yourself, not exercising, not meditating, not expressing yourself, not releasing anger in a healthy way. It's healthy, guys, to be angry, but you've got to find healthy ways to release that. And so that was what my issue was. It wasn't the food. It wasn't the food, but all these other doctors said it was. But anyway, long story short is, what was the question? Oh yeah, you asked me about my course. Well, basically, I've been through a lot of mistakes on the raw food diet because nobody knows how to do this. Like we are not taught this in school. Our parents aren't eating healthy, and it's not their fault. They just don't know. So I came up with this course. We're going to go over all types of things, If you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to clear your skin, I had cystic acne until I was 26 years old. If you're looking to learn how to love yourself and feel confident and comfortable in your body for the first time in your life, we're going to talk about how to detox the right way. You don't need to do a juice cleanse. You don't need to do a water fast. Okay? I promise you, there's a better way. It's called a lifestyle change. And it's easier than you think. And Ben knows it's easier than you think, but you got to know what to do, right? They don't teach us this stuff. So I'm really excited. And thank you for asking. I think that was the question.
That was awesome. And so, we talked a little bit more about like kind of the advanced work of like, okay, I've been eating really healthy for 11 years. And then like, other stuff came up and I had to do this like, work through some emotional stuff. But for the people who are just like, really struggling right now, whether it's like a chronic disease condition, like an autoimmune or like a type 2 diabetes, like a skin condition, or maybe they just have a bunch of weight they want to lose. Let's talk about like the beginnings of your healing journey, because I think there's a lot of value in that for maybe the people who are just wanting to get started, and I think that's probably where more of like the program that you're doing now is geared towards. So because I know you have a pretty crazy like healing story from the beginning, and I'd love to have you share some of that.
Absolutely. I was addicted to processed food. I was eating a standard American diet, I had a sad diet, and I felt sad, and I had a sad lifestyle. Everything about myself I didn't like. I was over 50 pounds heavier. I had cystic acne. I had psoriasis all over my body. I was very depressed at all my teenage years and all of my 20s. I never went out. I didn't have a social life. I didn't have a boyfriend until I was 27 years old. Yeah. Because I had such low self-esteem. And I was so embarrassed about the way I looked. When you have really bad acne, you feel really embarrassed to leave your house. And so I was suffering. My self-esteem was suffering because I was eating the wrong food. Nobody taught me how to eat. I had to learn the hard way. I went vegan, and I went vegetarian in 2011, and I went raw vegan in 2010. I went vegetarian. 2011, I went raw vegan. And thank God.
What was the transition of you being like, okay, I need to eat differently to fix this? I mean, because obviously if you go to a medical doctor with like skin conditions and overweight, they're just gonna be like, take a bunch of, corticosteroids and immune suppressants.
Yeah, I was on Accutane. I was on some other crazy stuff, some topical stuff. I invested so much money in these prescriptions and Neutrogena and all these things that never worked. And what happened was I was at a rock bottom, Ben. I had gone to so many specialists, so many dermatologists, so many doctors. I had migraines. I was always getting sick, always had bronchitis. I was always taking antibiotics. And finally, I was like at a very rock bottom, and I met someone who knew about the raw vegan diet. And he was like, why don't you try this? And I had nothing else to lose. Because I went to every doctor. I went to every specialist. I had given up hope in the system, thank God. Okay, some people still have hope in the system, but I hope they're not following us. But basically, I tried the raw vegan diet, and I never looked back. It's been 11 years. I will never eat another way. I'm not saying you need to be 100% raw to be healthy, because that's not true at all. There's 3 ways to be healthy. You can be 100% raw, you can be a high raw vegan, or you can eat a whole foods plant-based diet. But one of those things have to happen. You can't be healthy eating unhealthy food. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And
So
so I learned the hard way, and I hit a rock bottom in my life. I was very depressed. I was overweight. I was suicidal. I was at a rock bottom, guys. And that's where the change is. So if you're watching this and you are at a very dark place and you need change, well, that's a blessing, because that means you're ready. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Ben and I have figured out how to heal ourselves. You don't have to do it alone. You can reach out to one of us. And if you are interested in doing a course with me, which means you're going to get accountable, maybe for the first time in your life, you're going to get all of the knowledge and experience that I have over the last decade eating 100% raw. And by the way, I have coached many people to eat raw till 4 as well. Coach many people to eat a whole foods plant-based diet, because that's the secret. If you want to be healthy, you got to eat healthy, whether that's cooked or raw, but it's got to be whole foods. None of this crap. None of this vegan Ben and Jerry, Beyond Beef, whatever. None of that.
So Jeanette, what I want to know is, I want to hear more of the story, because I get asked a lot of times, people come to me with these chronic conditions, and it's like, first off, they're not even sure if it's going to work. Like, okay, I got to drink like this stuff. Like, I had a lady hit me up today, and she's like, I got this, and this. And I said, okay, are you open to changing your diet to heal that? And she's like, well, maybe, but I have to get more information. And and so it's like they don't really believe it will work, but I want to know your story. Like, obviously you dove into it, and like what I want to understand is like how quickly did you start to see changes with like your skin and your weight, and like what was kind of the journey in the beginning, so people can kind of know what that was like.
Yeah, great question. Change, okay, it didn't happen right away. After 7 days of eating a healthy diet, I felt better inside, but I didn't look any different on the outside. Okay, guys, it will take time, but that's time plus consistency equals success in any area of your life. So trust me, I understand how frustrating it could be to, eat a healthy diet for a week and still look in the mirror and be exactly the same. But you're going to start to feel different within a few days. Do you agree with me, Ben? Within a few days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how powerful it is, the body. It's not the food. The food is not healing us. It's what we don't eat that heals us. The body finally gets an opportunity to start going into heal mode. Because right now, if you're eating junk, if you're eating processed food, even if it's vegan, your body is in attack mode. It's in defense mode. It can't heal when it's trying to get the poisons out. And so I felt a lot better, and that helped me, Ben. That helped me to believe that something was working. My mental clarity, my depression started to lift, and I started to get hope. And so I stuck to the diet. And even though it wasn't a great raw vegan diet, I was eating lots of dehydrated crap. I was eating lots of dried fruit, nuts and seeds, and Himalayan pink salt and oil, and lots of crap. I still felt better. But there's some things that I had to do. I had to learn how to eat more fruit, how to pick out my fruit. I had to get colonics. I'm a big believer in colonics. And then through, a few months, I started to lose the weight. My skin started to clear. I started to not getting any more migraines. So it took a little bit. It took a few months. Now, some things took years. I had scars on my face for years. Now I have nothing. Now I have perfect skin, Ben, as you can see. But for years, I still had, and I still have some scars. I still have from the acne, from the psoriasis, but it's going away because, the skin is always regenerating. And listen, some things take days, some things took months, some things took years. But when you love yourself and you choose the best for you, your body's going to do its best to heal. And some things can heal like that. My hair took a long time, Ben. My hair was falling out really bad. I had very, very thin hair, and that took years. And now I love my hair, but, I had to stay consistent. So.
Yeah, I love what you said about, hey, the food doesn't heal you, because that's something that drives me freaking nuts. The people say, oh, yes, the blueberries healed me. It's like, when you really experience this, you realize, no, the food doesn't actually heal you. You heal you. The food is one way of giving your body the ability to do that, providing it the optimum conditions to heal itself, not eating the stuff that's causing disease, eating the stuff that supports life, and then it works. Like if you put on a Band-Aid, when you cut yourself, you put on a Band-Aid, and the wound heals underneath, you don't rip off the Band-Aid and go, oh, wow, this magical Band-Aid healed me. The Band-Aid provided the conditions for your body to do what it was supposed to do. And in the same way, the food does the same thing. So I appreciate that you mentioned that. It's like when we talked about at the beginning, like, you know, it's like the body is capable of miraculous healing. You know, it's like people don't understand that. They're constantly going to the doctor. What can you give me? What genie can you pull out of a bottle for me? And if it's not a medical doctor, it's a functional medicine doctor. And then they're like, okay, well, you know, it's like you're trading one pill bottle of medication for a pill bottle of supplements, hoping that there's a genie inside one of these bottles, and it ain't in there.
And the side effects of these drugs, Ben, are worse than the things they're curing. So what are we doing? What are we doing? We know the system is broken and we're getting our power back, but you know, some people still don't know that these medications are dangerous things. But hey, that's why we're doing what we're doing. That's why we're doing this live.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I appreciate you sharing the story. And by the way, if anybody has questions in the chat, just fire away. But I would love to just have you talk a little bit more about the program, because making these changes, I mean, it isn't easy. Like, you and I both had to be like severely chronically ill at rock bottom, and I've got my own rock bottom story or stories. And it was like, back then, you know, this was over 10 years ago for both of us. It was just like, it was kind of like do or die. It was like, there was no help. There was no, like, there were a few books that had been written that you could read, and there was a few like videos on the internet. But for the most part, like, I was on my own. I think you were too. And, you know, I'm sure people struggle to make like big lifestyle changes in order to heal. And so I'd love to learn more about what you're offering can support them.
Absolutely. In the course, it's going to be 6 full weeks of one-on-one coaching and group coaching. Okay. You're going to get my phone number, so you can call me anytime throughout the 6 weeks, anytime you're struggling, because I wanted to create a program, Ben, where people could feel really, really supported. You're going to get an accountability partner. Okay, I'm going to be your accountability partner, but you're also going to get partnered up with somebody else in the course. Okay, we're going to do some serious exercises on things that are uncomfortable and that we don't want to really do, but we're going to do them together, like dealing with, you know, some emotions and some things that suck and we don't want to look at, but they're the key, because we always think, you know, oh, it's the food is the problem. These donuts are tempting me. No, that's not the problem. The problem is that you don't have a good relationship with yourself. You broke the trust with yourself that you can do hard things and that you can keep your word to yourself. And we're going to rebuild that trust. That's what the problem is. That's why I couldn't stick to a healthy diet. It's because I had lied to myself so many times that I didn't believe myself when I woke up in the morning, Ben, and I was like, today I'm going to eat a healthy vegan diet. But then somebody would bring donuts into work and everything would go to shit because they were free. And they were there and everybody else was eating them. So if everybody else is eating it, it must be okay. It must not be deadly and poisonous and toxic. Meanwhile, guys, the stuff they sell in the stores should be illegal. These toxins, these red 40 lake number 8, these things should be illegal, these ingredients. Okay, and they are illegal in many countries. We digress. But long story short is we're going to be giving you the knowledge, the support, and the accountability to reach your goals, okay? Whether that is weight loss, clearing your skin, learning how to set healthy boundaries for yourself, learning how to stand up for yourself, feeling confident, feeling self-worth and self-love, fitness, okay? Me and Matt are very passionate about fitness. We're going to be talking about how to rewire your subconscious. I'm going to be doing meditations with you guys. If you join the course, I'm going to be recording your own personal daily affirmation audio that you'll listen to help reprogram your subconscious, and teaching you everything I know about how to break the cycle of emotional eating and letting yourself down and starting and stopping, because I've been on every diet known to man, Ben. I did every diet and none of it worked. Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, The Zone, Atkins, all the things, starving myself, binging, you know, calorie counting. I was on a baby food diet. Ben, I ate baby food in high school because that was like that was trending before there was no TikTok, there was no Instagram. I was eating baby food. I mean, now sometimes I eat food, it's like baby food. I blend up mangoes and I'm like, this is like baby food, but it's really good. It's really good baby food now. But back then it was like Gerber. Like I was eating little jars of baby food as a diet, trying to lose weight, trying to be healthy, trying to feel good enough, trying to be attractive. But guess what, guys? Nothing worked because I didn't know what I didn't know. And now I do. And that's why I'm doing this course. And it's all about convincing you that you're powerful, you're good enough, and you're capable of making the right decisions, making healthy choices, sticking to your word, working out when you say you're going to work out, choosing the healthy option when you said you're going to do that, right? Sticking to your word. And so, yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of experience with changing your mindset, Ben, right? Because everything starts in the mind. You're not going to be able to
do a lot of that.
Body without a healthy mind.
And I resonate with everything that you're saying. Like, you know, like you have to kind of go through hell and like survive it to, you know, be able to like come out the other side and teach this stuff. And your outlook on it, it resonates so much with me. I'm so glad we, you know, brought you on, because there's a lot of chuckleheads out there doing a lot of things that don't freaking work or aren't sustainable, or, you know, like just for whatever reason in the health space, there's a lot of people who are, you know, for lack of a better way to say it, doing it totally effed up. And I love what you're doing. I think you're going to help a lot of people. So I'm really stoked to bring you on here today. What's the best way for like people? Obviously, they can follow you, and you put out a lot of great content, and I love watching it. But what's the best way? Like people just shoot you a DM, or is there like a link in your bio that they can go to learn more, or what's the best way to like take the next step?
Yeah, you can do two things. You can click the link in my bio. That will take you to the website, and you can check out the course. The link is in my bio. And then on the website is an application. Or you can DM me the word transformation, and I will send you the application. It's not for everyone. This course is not for everyone, Ben. And thank you for letting me talk about this, because I agree. There's a lot of people, even in the raw food movement or the healthy vegan movement, that are lying. They're saying you need to do a juice cleanse, a long-term juice cleanse to get rid of the mucoid plaque or whatever. And this is a lie. This is a complete lie, because guess what, guys? I got rid of all the toxic crap in my colon. You can see, because my skin is clear. That is a direct reflection of your colon. Okay. And so I never did no, they're lying. I'm all about sustainability. If I can't sustain it, I'm not going to do it, because it don't make sense. The body gets very confused when you go on all these water fasts, you do all these juice cleanses, you do all these crazy diets. You don't need to do OMAD. You don't need to do 90 days on juice. You don't need to do all fruit, just 100% fruit. No, you need to have. I agree
with you 100%. Yeah. It's all about creating a sustainable habit, because like if you just do 90 days of some crazy gymnastics and you're back to eating pizza and cheeseburgers, well, like what's the point? Like building you're going to have to do this the rest of your life. You would want to be healthy and vibrant and full of energy and feeling great the rest of your life anyway. So why not build the habits to sustain that?
But the thing is, Ben, I get the appeal, because I was there once too. I wanted it quickly. But guess what, guys? The quickest way to get results is to do it right. The quickest way is to do it right the first time. And then you can sustain it, because I did a juice cleanse. Now that I think about it, whoa, something just fell. A few years ago, I did a very long-term juice cleanse. And guess what? I lost 20 pounds in a month. I gained 40 in the next 3 months. Okay. I gained it all back and more on a raw vegan diet, because guess what? I didn't know what I was doing. And my body was very, very hungry, and it was very confused. And I had done it wrong. I didn't learn how to be a healthy raw vegan. I learned how to do a juice cleanse. So if you want to learn how to do a juice cleanse, do a juice cleanse. If you want to learn how to be healthy, perhaps my course is for you. So that's.
Yeah. And I think that, you know, it's like once you dial in the habits around eating, well, then you develop these habits, and now you have reference experience. Like, okay, well, now I can start developing like healthy mental health habits, or healthy emotional health habits, or healthy exercise habits, right? Because, you know, the shortcuts in every one of those realms of health, and we know that they don't offer long-term results. So I love what you're doing. I love your approach. I really appreciate you being on here today. Is there anything else you want to close out with before we finish up here?
Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on. I think the real revolution is when you finally awaken to your power and you finally take your health into your own hands. And, you know, we're all about freedom of speech and freedom of choice, but then we make the decision to eat food that ruins our health. And it's like, you can't have both. You know, you've got to make healthy choices if you want to have a healthy life and you want to have freedom, health freedom, because the medical industry, honestly, they don't care about you. They don't care about you and how you feel and how long you're going to live. They care about profit. And so my whole goal is I'm obsessed with prevention. I'm not obsessed with getting these tests. I'm not obsessed with getting these x-rays. I'm obsessed with prevention. And that's what I'm teaching everyone in this course, to prevent having to deal with the medical industry. I'm sorry. I'm just putting it out there. Like, yeah. Honestly, my sister, yeah, she was a victim of the medical industry. And I won't let it happen to me or anybody else that comes into contact with me. Every single person I talk to, Ben, that's what I do. It's not just online. If I have an Uber driver, I'm talking to him about it, because I really, truly, I truly believe everybody deserves to feel good and have health freedom. And so thank you so much for letting me talk about my course, for bringing me on. Love talking to people like you that feel the same way about freedom and health, and knowing how much power we have just with our choices every single day. Every choice you make is a vote for, am I going to be healthy tomorrow, or am I going to cause disease to form in my body? So yeah, prevention, prevention, prevention.
All right. Awesome, Jeanette. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ben. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.